All right, this is the review video for Geometry Unit 8. I'm going to show you a couple things here at the beginning. First of all, just make sure that you are looking at the vocabulary list here. That is me kind of like focusing in on what is on the practice test and test that you need to be responsible for. The other thing is I just want to remind everyone that if you go to the classwork page of the Google Classroom, you will see general resources at the top, including a calculator link for Desmos, the geometry proof manual, tutoring sign up, and weekly schedule. And then, of course, the resources for this unit, including a link directly to the video lesson playlist, the lecture notes that I post every time I post a video, this study guide, and a formula sheet that I will also look at when we're doing this. That's under the classwork page of the Google Classroom. So again, vocab is important. So make sure you do that. Then we get into the actual questions. So I'm going to switch over and go to my notes, and we'll work through these here on the video. First one says, determine if a figure is a polyhedron using Euler's formula. Euler's formula is written there. It's V plus F minus E equals 2. Just a reminder, V are the vertices, F is the faces, and E are the edges. Looking at this, I'll do my best to do each one of these, but looking at vertices, I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this one, I have 12. Number of faces, let's do that in a lighter color. I have the base here in the front and the base here in the back. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 bases around the outside. So that's 2 plus 6 is 8. Go ahead and write that down there. 8 faces. And then, of course, when it comes to the edges, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 edges. And if I put all of that into the formula and I do 12 plus 8 minus 18, I get 2. And so then therefore this is a polyhedron. And that's how you're going to be doing this on the test. All right, everything from here is just different examples of finding the surface area and volume of a variety of figures. So I'm just going to jump right into this. We'll start with the prism and the cylinder. Let's do prism first. You've got all the dimensions that you need here. Let's open up our formula here. Notice you're going to need to find the base area and the perimeter area. So let's go ahead and start there. So if I wanted to find the base, I would need to find the area of the triangle you see here, which is going to be 1/2 base times height. In this case, the base is going to be 3.7. Go ahead and write that as B equals. And then they give us the H, which is the H inside the triangle, which is right here, which is 1.5. So then the base is 1/2 times 3.7 times 1.5. Let's go ahead and go to our scientific calculator, and let's look at that. 1/2 times 3.7 times 1.5, and we get 2.775. 2.775 centimeters squared. And we also need to find the perimeter. So let's go ahead and find that. The perimeter of any triangle is just the 3 sides added together. In this case, that's 3.7 plus 2 plus 2, and that gives us 7.7 centimeters. So those values we're going to need. they want us to find the total surface area. So there are two bases, which is why the formula for the prism base area is 2 times b. So we're going to do for the base area, we're going to do 2 times 2.775. And then for the lateral area, we're going to do the perimeter, 7.7, times the height, h1 in this case, 3.5. So again, I'm getting all of that. I'm using the formulas you see here, and I'm go ahead and plug everything in. So let's look at what we get. 2 times 2.775. 2.775 is 5.55. 5.55. And then 7.7 times 3.5 times 3.5. 26.95. 26.95 is that. And then for the total surface area, we need to add those two numbers together. So we're going to add 5.55 plus 26.95. And so then for the surface area, we get a total of 5.55 plus 26.95. 6.95, and we get 32.5. In centimeters squared. And then lastly, we're going to find the volume. The volume formula is the base area times the height, which in this case is 2.775 times 3.5. Let me try to move this up real quick. I'm going to try to move all of this up as well. A little more room here. Sorry about that. Let's move this up. There we go. And so then the volume equals whatever 2.775 times 3.5 is. 9.7125. And that's centimeters cubed. All right, so that's it for triangular prisms. You will see a triangular prism on the test, so make sure you study that down, get that down, especially the formulas for the base and perimeter of the base. All right. Cylinder. Cylinder kind of has its own formula here. You have a surface area and volume formula, so we're going to just use those. Surface area is equal to, let's grab another color here. So surface area equals, so first of all, the radius is equal to 2 centimeters, and the height is equal to 10 centimeters. I went ahead and just take those over there. This is our R, and this is our H. The surface area is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi RH. So we're going to run through, plug everything in. 2 pi times 2 squared plus 2 pi times 2 times 10. Make sure I give myself enough room to work here. Let's move this guy over. So this could be 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 pi plus 2 times 2 is 4 times 10 is 40 pi. So that would be 48 pi, also equal to, for whatever 48 pi is, 48 times pi. There it is. Oops. 150.79. That's an approximation, but that's okay. Either one of those are going to be good answers, 48 pi or the rounded answer, 150.79. And then lastly, the volume formula is pi r squared h. Pi r squared h, which in this case is pi 2 squared times 10. 2 squared is 4 times 10 is 40 pi. Also equal to, sorry about that, equal to 40 pi. Let's jump over here. 40 times pi is 125.66. 125.66 centimeters cubed. So either one of those will be equal to the volume of the cylinder. All right. Let's look at our cone next. Cone have their own formulas as well. See them right here. Pi r squared plus pi rl is the surface area formula. Pi r squared plus pi rl. So pi, and then our r is 4, so it's going to be 4 squared plus pi times 4 times 13. 4 squared is 16 pi. 4 times 13 is 52 pi. Add those up, and we get 68 pi, which is approximately, jump over here, do the same thing we've been doing, 68 pi to 13.63. And that would be the surface area. Let's jump over and look at volume. The volume formula for our cone is 1/3 base area times height. 1/3 base times height, which could also be rewritten as 1/3 pi r squared h, because the formula for the volume or the base area is pi r squared. So we get 1/3 pi r squared, so that's 4 squared times 13. We get 1/3 pi times 16 times 13, which can equal either 1/3 times 16 times 13, 69.33 pi, or I do that number times pi, and I get 17.82. All right, and those would be the answers for the volume. Almost there, guys. So let's look at pyramids next. For pyramids, you do the base area plus 1/2 the perimeter times the height. So we need to find the base and the perimeter of this. So since it's a square and the s is 7, it's going to be 7 squared or 49. For the perimeter, it's going to be 4 times s. That's going to be 4 times 7, which is 28 inches. So now we'll jump right in and do our formula for the surface area, base plus 1/2 perimeter times height. It's going to be, I'm going to write that down. So surface area is base plus 1/2 perimeter times height. Let's plug everything in. We get 49 plus 1/2 of 28 times the height, which is 11. And then we get 49 plus 1/2 times 28 times 11. 28 times 11 is 154. Add those together, and you get 203 inches squared. That's your surface area. For the volume, it's just 1/3. Oops. Base times height. Pretty straightforward. So it's going to be 1/3 times 49 times 11. So 1/3 times 49, times 49 times 11, 179.67 inches cubed. Sorry about that. Made a little mistake down there. And that would be the volume. All right. And then our last one here, sphere. You just have two simple formulas here. You have surface area equals 4 pi r squared, and you have volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. It's as simple as plugging in your pi value, or your r value rather, 4 pi times, in this case, 13 squared, or 4/3 pi 13 to the third. We're just going to work these out. 4 pi 13 squared. 4 times pi times 13 squared. 2123.71. 2123.71. I should say that's also the same as times 13. 676 pi. So either one of those works for the surface area of that. And then for the volume, 4/3 times 13 to the third. 4/3 times 13 raised to the third power, 2929.33 pi. Or if you want to approximate that, multiply it times pi, 9202.77. All right, make sure you look at the vocab and reach out to me if you need more examples. Other than that, we are done with the review.